our final speaker for this afternoon will be Speaker Julia Horne of Club 45 Melbourne, who will be speaking to the topic Take 5, and we'll have a warning bell at 8 minutes. Please welcome.
When was the last time you came across something that helped improve your well-being and was free? I'm talking about a subject that I'm very passionate about. It's gratitude. So over the next 9 minutes, I'm going to try and do my best to convince each and every one of you to consider taking 5 minutes every day to focus on gratitude. The meaning of gratitude is a Latin word that was originally the word gratia, which means pleasing, thankful. Every language around the world has a different way or a different word to use which means the same. Mercy, grazie, gracia, shukriya, shishir. Gratitude helps us heal and can help us improve our well-being. Gratitude is the amplifier of us seeing things in a better light, seeing things that are better, seeing things about other people that are better, and seeing things about ourselves that are better. When I ask people, what does gratitude mean to you? Often they'll come up with things like my house, my boyfriend, my dog, this pair of shoes. It doesn't have to be big things, it can be little things like we just had a most amazing meal at Stefano's in Deacon Street here today. It was amazing pasta. Or it could be a really good cup of coffee, or it could be a fantastic conversation with a really good friend over a nice meal. It could be the birds, it could be nature. It doesn't have to be big, it can be small. I'd like to ask each and every one of you right now to take 5 seconds to think about what you're really grateful for right now. Like everyone here today, I've always known what gratitude meant, and I've always used the word grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. But it wasn't till about 4 years ago I was listening to a podcast and it was on gratitude, and they were talking to an expert by the name of Robert Emmons, who is a leading scientific expert in gratitude. And he was saying, if you can establish a daily routine by taking 5 minutes every day to write down what you're grateful for, it can help you enhance your general well-being. He also said that gratitude works its magic by Gratitude can work its magic by being an antidote to negative thoughts, actions and words. For example, if you're feeling grateful, how can you feel angry, hateful or negative when you're feeling grateful? You can't do both at the same time. So these facts were a couple of things that convinced me I'm going to give it a go. So 4 years ago I started using just an exercise book and just writing bullet points down every morning. I'm asking you to take 5 minutes, but it can take 1 minute. Just bullet points. It might be had a great sleep, saw a great movie, had a good dream, just whatever comes to mind in the morning, writing it down. He said you've really got to keep it simple. Don't think about it too much. Just make sure that you do it every morning, roughly around the same time. I was doing this every day for weeks on end, and then I forgot. And then I'd remember to do it again. So the best thing for me personally is I have my gratitude diary in the bathroom where my toothbrush is. Because if you're anything like me, I'm a little bit lazy, so I have an electric toothbrush, so I can actually use my toothbrush and write my gratitude points. But writing, setting out with your gratitude points every day, it actually sets the tone for the day. It actually puts you in a positive start to the day. Instead of thinking, oh, I've got to do that presentation today, or I've got too much to do, or oh, the traffic, you're actually saying, I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful that I've got this opportunity. I'm grateful, whatever it may be for you personally. It forces us to focus on the positive rather than the negative. And for me, it's been really helpful. I've now been doing it off and on for the last 4 years. And I'll often say to my husband at night after work, what are you grateful for today as well? So it forces him to give me some positive feedback about his day. The one thing that it's really helped me personally with is that whenever I have negative thoughts, and we all have those negative thoughts, it forces me to look at what I have rather than what I don't have. So rather than, oh, I've put on some weight, I've been on holidays, I can't fit into that dress, I'm really lucky that I can be able to go and walk every morning along the beach. So it focuses me every time, and I keep using it in my head almost on a daily basis when I start thinking negatively, going down that black track that we can all often do, is catching myself and saying, no, focus on what I have, because I've got lots of great things, great people in my life, or even just a great barista around the corner that I visit every morning. So that's been one of the most powerful things for me personally, to get me focused on what I've got rather than what I don't have. There's been loads of research and studies over the years about gratitude. It's not something new. There's so much research out there, but now the facts that I would like you to consider that may encourage you to take 5 minutes every day and start thinking about gratitude is that it actually helps us physically. Research has indicated that people that practice gratitude are physically in better shape. For example, they're more likely to exercise, they're more likely to go and get checkups with the doctors. People who practice gratitude, and this has been proven, sleep better than people that don't practice gratitude. So it actually helps our sleep. Psychologically, it improves our psychological health. For example, if we can keep focusing on what we've got rather than what we don't have, it helps us psychologically. And interpersonal, people who practice gratitude tend to be more connected, more aware of other people in the work environment, our family, put more efforts into our relationships. So it helps us with our interpersonal skills as well. I do work in the healthcare industry, and the latest statistics, this is from 2015, here in Australia right now, 50% of us, that's 1 of every 2 of us in this room, has a chronic disease. Once we hit 45 years of age, 45% of us have 2 or more chronic diseases. Now that could be diabetes, cardiovascular, and unfortunately the scary one is mental health is on an all-time high. 17 million doctor visits in 2015 were seeing a doctor about mental health. And the 3 main ones that come under that is insomnia, depression and anxiety. So imagine if more people, particularly those people with one of those 3 conditions, started practicing being grateful every day and focusing on what we have rather than what we don't have, there would be an improvement. Now, I'm not saying this group here today can change the world, but we can change ourselves. And it's been proven that if you practice gratitude, you will be able to help improve your general well-being by just taking 5 minutes every day to write down what you're grateful for. I'd like to finish with a quote from Aristotle. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. So tonight or tomorrow morning, hopefully both, when you pick up your toothbrush, I'd like you to think of me and think about taking 5 for gratitude.